Hey, what's going on, guys? Bruce Lear back at you again with yet another toy review. This time we have the Spider-Man retro card. Well, technically this is a Marvel Legends retro card, but the Spider-Man retro carded Sandman just came out a couple days ago. So yeah, it should be dropping like at GameStop and places like that. We're technically not supposed to get this guy till like November, I think, on Big Bad Toy Store. But yeah. Anyways, we're going to start off with the packaging. Standard, retro carded Spider-Man packaging. We've seen this a bunch of times before. It's got the Spider-Man logo on there. Got Sandman. Marvel Sandman right there. On the back, of course, shows you how to swap out the heads and the pieces and everything. Right there. And for those of you guys who want to read the bio, you can go ahead and pause that right now. Pretty cool images, man. And, of course, all my brick seekers that are out there, there y'all go. Alrighty, guys. Let's go ahead. We're going to not waste any more time. Pop this right open. Alrighty, guys. First things first, we are going to take a look at his accessories. So, he does come with two interchangeable heads right here. So, let me just zoom in on those really quick. Very good looking Flint Marko or William Baker head sculpts. I love the waviness that he has right here. Lots of people say they're jealous of the waves that Flint Marko and Norman Osborn has because they're so perfect, and I get it, man. It's a good looking head sculpt, good looking hair. I love the mean mug that he has right here, and also I do love this head sculpt right here, which you can actually use to plug in your vintage Spider-Man figure to make it look like he's punching right through him. Very, very cool. Now, I know a lot of people have complained that it should be, the facial expression should be reversed, because after all, when you're getting punched through the head, you should have like an angry, like fighting type of face. I get it, but it is what it is, you can't really do anything about that. So there's that. There's two normal looking hands. Very good. We've seen these before. He does have two ports that are going to go along with his weapons. So these two weapons over here. I love this mace that we have right here, and I love this one right here because it's not only it's a fist, but also it has like some spikes to it. So definitely looks like a lethal weapon. I will say this. This is the biggest complaint that I have about this figure is these pegs. These pegs, they don't move up and down. I'm scared because these pegs can easily just snap off like that. So I'm really scared of that happening. Guys, please be careful when plugging in and unplugging your figures, accessories in, especially if they don't have hinge joints. That's what I was looking for, a hinge joint. If they don't have that, you run the risk of possibly snapping this peg off. So please, please be careful with that, guys. Alrighty, guys, and here's a look at Flint Marko, aka Sandman. Gotta say, pretty good looking figure. I'm not gonna lie. I was skeptical, guys. I really was not looking forward to this figure. After seeing reviews and everything, Shartimus Prime already reviewed this guy, and just the lack of accessories and the height as well. The height is what really bothered me about this figure because I felt like he was just way too short to be a Sandman figure. Sandman, even though, yes, his size does vary, he is a being that shifts his size, so, like, especially, like, in the 90s comics, he was, like, gigantic, he was huge, but, I don't know, guys, I was not looking forward to this, and having this guy in hand, I like him a lot more than I realize. Granted, I do kind of wish I had the Marvel Select Sandman. I'm being perfectly honest with you. That figure had a buttload of accessories. It's just the right type of height that I imagine Sandman to be. I know he's not gigantic or anything. He is still a tall dude. But yeah, I'm still happy to have this guy in my collection. Definitely happy to have him go up against my Spider-Man. So yeah. Anyways, you guys have seen the head sculpt and everything. So yeah. This figure is basically just a redone. It's a pretty basic figure. I like the laces on the boots there. But it's just a basic figure, you know, basic paint apps and everything. It's basically the same thing that we've seen with the Hydro Man or Luke Cage body mold. It's just different arms from what I can tell. The body and everything is still the same. It's just different arms and obviously different head sculpts. Now, I know they would have had to retool the chest and to try to make, if you wanted to make it a little bit bigger, but even then, tooling this figure is probably expensive enough as it is. But yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead. Let me show you guys really quick. You can pop the head off pretty darn easily. Same thing with the Hercules figure that I reviewed the other day. So yeah, you can just pop this head off. And then just pop that in there. And there you go. You have Flint Marko being punched open. And yes, of course, you can take the Vintage Collection Spider-Man or the retro carded Spider-Man. You just pop the arm off and then do that. You port it right through there. You port this back in. Boom, and yeah, it makes it look like he's punching Sandman. I do like the height difference between these two guys, although I will admit it is kind of hard to keep Spidey standing. And I do feel like both of these guys are going to topple over. But I think if you properly, you know, position it, you probably could get some pretty good ACBA with this. And let me show you guys how to pop on his other accessories. So you do want to pop these two hands off really quick. These accessories, it'll say L right here. L is obviously for the left arm. And on the inside right here, R is for the right arm. Now, you do have to kind of finagle it. It's going to go where the letters are. That's where you put it in. You do kind of have to finagle it, so just to get it properly smushed in all the way, that can be a little tricky. You want to see that part match up with this part right here. Another thing people have complained about is that basically this is a green plastic. This is a green plastic and they just painted over the green, and it does kind of stick out like a sore thumb. You can clearly see the green, but yeah, it's not a whole lot that you can do. And then of course you just take that and pop that in there. Same thing with the other side, guys. You know, pop it in there, finagle it to the best of your ability. Finagle it, I believe that's a Canadian term. Hold on. Do I have this on? Oh, I don't have it on right. I'm sorry. I was like, did I have this on? So yeah, so finagle it, and there you go. And you have Sandman with his sand accessories. I gotta say, very cool accessories, guys. These accessories are pretty cool. It is pretty cool to see Sandman with some accessories on him and everything. And to go over his articulation really quick, the head does go up a very good amount. He does have the hinge joint right here on the neck, does go down side to side, no head pivot or anything like that. Shoulders move outward. They go 360 degrees. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. Man, he's got some huge muscles right over here. And then, of course, you can rotate his wrist 360 degrees. Hinges up and down, no shake of the dice movement. His ab crunch goes forward a little bit, goes back a lot. Very good. Waist swivel. Legs move forward. They do move out. Upper thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. Feet move down. They move up. And he does have awesome ankle pivot. So, very good articulation. And here he is standing next to his ally, Hydro Man. And as I said before, these are the exact same bodies. It's just different arms, obviously different head sculpts, but everything else is the exact same. Not gonna lie, it is pretty cool seeing these two side by side. So, yeah, can't really complain about that. And here he is next to the retro carded Spider-Man. I love the height difference between these two. That, I feel, is very fitting. Flint Marko is supposed to be a tall guy, so yeah, he's not like Colossus tall, but he's still pretty darn tall. And I couldn't resist, guys. I had to make my own Sinister Six. And yes, it's not the original Sinister Six. I know the original Sinister Six had Mysterio. I don't have a Mysterio, sadly, but I just thought I'd get these guys together. This looks cool. This is the Kraven from the 2-pack with the Kraven's Last Hunt with the black costume Spider-Man. We have the retro carded Electro. We, of course, have the Doc-Ock that came out a couple years ago. These are custom tentacles. These aren't the tentacles that he came with. I got this idea from Shardimus Prime. We do have the Scorpion that came out in the same wave as the Hydro Man. We have Vulture. I believe this Vulture came out in the same wave as the Doc-Ock wave. And, of course, we have our Sandman. And this is a very cool Sinister Six, guys. Oh, man. I hope that they release a Mr. Negative soon, so that way we can possibly create the Sinister Six that they had in the Spider-Man PS4 game. That would be awesome. But yeah, just thought I'd compare these guys together. Very cool. And just for the heck of it, I wanted to get in one more comparison. This is the Spider-Man 2099, which does technically share the same body as the Pizza Spider-Man, so if you guys ever wanted to see how the Pizza Spider-Man will fare up against the Sandman, there you go. The height difference is not bad, guys. This is pretty good. You know, maybe for like an early Sandman, like a 60s Sandman, then okay. But for a modern version, I don't know. You know, that's really up to you guys. So that's just going to about wrap it up for me, guys. Overall, I do like this Sandman figure. This is a very cool Sandman figure. I can see you being on the fence of it not being tall enough, of it not maybe fitting in as well as you'd like it with either your Spider-Man or your Avengers display or what have you. I could see you guys going after the Marvel Select one, or maybe going far back and hunting down that old school Toy Biz Sandman. I could see you doing that. If that's your ideal height for a Sandman, go for it. This figure is definitely not for everybody. This may ruffle some feathers, maybe rub people the wrong way and being like, he's not tall enough, or he's not this, he's not that. I get it. I was on the fence for a long time, but I'm happy, and not gonna lie, over the course of this review, my heart has changed for this figure. I am pretty content with this being my primary Sandman. So yeah, overall, I like it. I think it's a good figure. I think it's solid. It may not be for everybody, but hey, if you can find a better option out there for your Sandman, go for it. But anyways, guys, that just about wraps up my review. Hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know if you guys want to see more of this stuff, if you want to see more movie reviews or what have you. Let me know, guys. And as always, grow older, grow wiser, get right, grow closer to God. Don't be afraid to be who you are, and never stop being a geek. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Bruce Lear, once again, signing out.